Hey guys, it's Malonb or Malonb from Facebook or MalonBshop.com. I'm here to do my Custard Fruit update video. I have a few things to show you, so let me start off with the hats. The first one is a baby hat. It looks like this. Very cute, and I actually made the other one that came in the pattern. I showed it to you guys last time, I'm pretty sure. This one came from two lace baby hats. That's what the pattern is called. This one is this one. I think this one is called a fan baby hat or something like that, but because both of them have different names. But anyway, this is a free pattern, again, that comes with both of the patterns in one. You can find it via Ravelry. All the patterns I'll be showing you guys today will be listed in my blog, which the link from my blog is down below, so go check it out. The next two hats, I was actually looking for something that I can make to gift, like gift-wise, and I found a couple that were free patterns. Let me show you guys my favorite one first, and also my favorite one to make. This one is called Simple Kitty Hat. It's like this. It is again a free pattern via Ravelry. You can definitely check it out. And mine turned out like this. It was actually one of my first times making or using Kushner stitch for the top. Turned out great. I really like how it looks. Really excited about that. It took me a couple of, more like 3 or 4 different videos showing you how to make it via YouTube for me to actually grasp the concept. But once I did, it wasn't hard at all, and I really like how it turned out. It looks like this once I put it on. And obviously, it's supposed to look like cat or animal ears. It's really cute. I really like that this one has the ear flaps. This one is actually one of my favorites. I don't know if I'm probably I feel like I'm too old to wear it myself. Otherwise, I probably would keep this one. But I think this may be the one I'm going to be making in a different color to gift. And this one itself, I probably will end up donating. It is pretty cute. For this one, I used Lion Brand's Wool Ease in worsted weight. And I do have something else to say about the pattern, but I'll tell you about it after this one. Now, the same concept. This is the second hat I found that was similar. This one is called Future of Forestry Hat. And this is also a free pattern via Rav. So, again, the link will be in my blog. Mine turned out like this. And for this one, I used, I love this yarn from Hobby Lobby. And I think it's called Mid Green, the color. But it turned out like this. I like and I also hate this hat. Let me try it on for you guys. It has a bit of a different style, but as you guys can see, the same concept. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. I do like it also. But what I hated about this hat was the 1x1 rib. You have to do like 8 inches of 1x1 rib, and that is my most hated ribbing combination, 1x1 to do of all time. So you start off with about 8 inches of 1x1, which you fold up, obviously. I think if I make the pattern again, I'm going to do 2x2 rib instead, just so it's a little more doable for me, because this one actually made me feel like it took forever. Like the other one I finished maybe in about a couple of days, working on and off here and there. This one took a week plus, just because I couldn't get myself to do the 1x1. It just killed me slowly kind of thing. So if anything, if I make this again, I will be doing the 2x2 rib instead. And I also had to change the pattern in this one because unfortunately my gauge for knitting is really off, and that is actually pretty annoying to me. I don't know how to fix my problem. I mean, I know how to deal with the problem, but I don't know how to actually fix myself in order to be able to get a gauge like everybody else seems to do, or how to get the correct gauge that the patterns call for. For example, both of these hats, the pattern does call for worsted weight, which is what I used, and the patterns for the gauge, actually both of them I believe called for 5 stitches per inch, and I just could not get that. The smallest I could get ever, no matter what needle size I used. You know, needle size, I think I started from needle size 1 and up. I got 4, like 4 stitches per inch. That's the smallest I got ever. I couldn't get any smaller unless like I forced it, and I'm not gonna be forcing, you know, every single stitch of the hat, especially in that 1x1 rib. I'm just not gonna do that. So since that was the smallest I could get, I had to change the pattern in order to fit my gauge for both of those patterns, which is not such a big problem since it's just, you know, a hat. It's not that big of a project. But one of my works in progress is actually a sweater, which is, I know maybe a couple of people are working on this one. At least I know one other person was working on it. I forgot who it was, but it's the $5 in Paris sweater. Also a free pattern. It will be linked down below. This is also using worsted weight, which is actually most of my stash is worsted weight. So that's definitely something I want to use. I want to be able to use up my stash. I know one of the other options, other than changing needle sizes, is to change the weight of yarn you use. So just use a smaller, smaller weight of yarn, like a thinner yarn, in order to get the gauge you need, which is, you know, it's doable, understandable. But again, most of my stash is worsted weight. I do have sort of quantities of it that I want to use up. So obviously that is what I want to use, and it's just really frustrating and again annoying that I cannot get gauge at all. The same problem with this one. They're asking for 5 stitches per inch. The lowest I can get is 4 stitches, so I have to rearrange the whole pattern to fit my gauge. So if anybody else has the same problem, and or if you have an easier solution to use the same yarn weight the pattern calls for, and I don't know if there is any other solution to that other than having to adjust the pattern itself if you cannot or you do not want to adjust your gauge. And since I cannot, it's kind of sad, and yeah, I'm just not too happy about that overall. But I think since I finally decided that for the sweater, I barely started. I did not even do the first row yet. I just cast it on, so that really is like a new work in progress. But I actually do have one other finished object that I wanted to show you guys. Oops. My hat was sliding off the table. And this is the goat along pillow that I completed, and actually forgot about it completely until I came back from work on Friday. Of course, Friday was the 31st, and that is when Smells Great Guys, what is this group on Ravelry? Smells Like Yarn. That was a deadline for the go along, so I had to come home and finish it up. It looks like this. I just backed it with some white felt. It looks really cute, and I know I mentioned it whenever I shared it to you guys last, which probably was the last video, but I love it because everything is red heart super saver except the actual body, which is a wool blend, and it is pretty soft compared to everything else, which does make you or makes me want to pet it. So I really love how this one came out. Very cute. That's actually my last, well, I guess I could say my last complete object for this week or for this 2 weeks, other than this. And I don't know if I showed this to you guys or not, or last time I shared it to you guys, maybe it was still on the spindle. I don't remember. But I just wound it up into a skein. I have not washed it yet, so it's still, you can still see there's a lot of twists in there. I have not washed it yet, and after I wash it and dry, I want to cake it up. That way I can use it for something. And this one I made so in such a way that it would be like a slow color changing yarn. I didn't get all that much yardage. I don't have the information with me here. I wrote it down somewhere. I don't know where I have the information, but it should make a nice smallish product. So I am looking forward to that. As far as works in progress, I am actually working on some more spinning, and I just forgot to bring it up with me, but I'm working on some really pretty blue, greenish superwash marine, I think it's merino wool, superwash. It's some type of superwash fiber, which is amazing to spin. Again, since I haven't worked with all that many different kinds yet, this one is, it's really like spinning butter. Is so awesome. That's all I'm gonna say about that. And I probably will put some pictures in here somewhere. Again, if you guys follow me on Instagram, you have seen them already, or if you like my Facebook page, which all the links are down below, you have also seen that there. And let's see, I do have one other work in progress, which is a scarf. And this one was actually an interesting one. I was thinking of how to use this yarn. So far my scarf looks like this. This is going to be a real fun scarf. But so far it looks like this. It's a really simple, I think 3 stitches of garter on each side, and then just knitting stockinette in the middle. And I'm actually using two, what is it called? 2 different yarns in this one held together. The first yarn I'm using, the gray one, is the Loops and Threads Charisma yarn, Michael's brand, and this is like the bulky weight, I guess. And the other yarn I'm using is called Brunello by Plymouth Yarn. So that is it. And this one is one of like a unique type of yarn. I just finished one skein of this one, and I do have a couple, 2 more skeins I believe I'm going to use for this. That way I can make a scarf long enough so it can, you know, kind of go, it can hang long enough, but maybe I can wrap it around twice around my neck and have like a really nice and chunky scarf. And it is pretty soft, and I know it's going to be pretty warm. But anyway, this Brunello yarn looks like this. As you can see, there's a lot of like big, like, how do you describe that? There's like a lot of like the big spots and small spots, but when the big spots are there, they're like extra large, if you can see that. So yeah, that's why I felt like I had to use another yarn with it, because trying to, and I did try to knit with this alone, it was just too busy, or I don't know how to describe it, but it just was not the ideal. I did post a picture of this actually on my Instagram as well, and I posted the Brunello yarn with another orangey color, like a spice color. I didn't bring it with me, but and I don't think it was Charisma, it was some other color. But anyway, I decided not to do that. I did start off with that one, but it just looked too bright for my taste, kind of thing. So I just decided to opt with the gray one instead. That is one of my other works in progress. And did I already show you guys the pattern I'm working for in my sweater? I told you guys I just cast it on for $5 in Paris. And that's so bad. I actually had to redo this a couple of times. So I don't know if I mentioned that or not, but I am working on that sweater. I have that spinning to complete, and I think that is all for now. Oh, I do actually have a tutorial video coming up, and I'm gonna be posting the pattern on my blog as well for the, what is called, the ornaments. If you guys remember, maybe a couple of videos ago, 2 or 3 videos maybe, I don't remember when exactly I posted it up, but I made an ornament for one of my swaps, and it turned out pretty cute. So I just decided to write up the pattern and do a tutorial for it. So this is the one I made for the tutorial. Looks like this. I did not add the face. I don't know if I will be adding the face. For the tutorial itself, I didn't include how I made the face on there, but I do have some notes on how I did it in my blog, so just keep an eye out for that. And if anybody would want to be, or would want to maybe test out the pattern, although I think I tested it out enough, but if you guys are interested in testing it out, definitely let me know. For these ones, I actually used a styrofoam ball. I believe it's a 2-inch styrofoam ball inside, but you can definitely just stuff it with fiberfill or whatnot once you have crocheted pieces. So yeah, definitely let me know on that. I think that's all for now, guys. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye.